Hey, so my name is Harvard Frazier, and I had to do a project about OCD, and here it is, and it's kind of on the long side, so just bear with me. All right, we'll get through it. Just thanks for watching, regardless. Hello. Not now, not now, okay, please? Alright, I know you are. We do this every time, alright? Thanks. Cheese fingers. Cheese fingers. Honestly, I don't know. You thought of it, not me. Right. So, how long have you and I, OC been together, roughly? What'd you say? Seriously? We go over this every day, but if it'll shut you up, then, well. Remember when I was 17 and I got depressed? Ooh. Remember? You remember, of course. You're me. I used to sit next to this lunatic in school, and I don't know. I just never really was great at talking. I mean, you know that. We, me, whatever. And so I would just offer a pen or pencil every class and every school day. It became an everyday thing, basically. Some days she would take it, and I guess others she wouldn't. Simple as that. But I mean, for such a habit, it just required getting and requiring a pen or pencil for, like I said, every day. So
Right, right.
it just became a habit, or a chronic habit, and one routine led to another, and boom, OCD, all that jazz.
Alright, alright.
Interesting.
So, by any chance, did you get any pleasure from acquiring such pencils more and more, even when it wasn't exactly necessary to acquire such pencils?
Unnecessary? No, definitely not. But pleasure, I don't think it's that simple. And with hoarding, like OCD, broader subject, I guess it's never really liked or disliked. You know, it just becomes a part of my everyday routine. You know, it wouldn't cause me gut-wrenching pain or anything like that if I did something different one day, but it would be like leaving the house without pants or my wallet or phone. Or yours, for that matter. You know, is that making any sense by any chance?
Oh, of course, yes, yes it does. Of course, yes. But perhaps it makes more sense for you to make sense of it. For the sake of both of us. You know? Oh, and for the lady, did you two, well, did we ever...
Little did they know, they both were, well, are, more alike than they think. Or thought, I don't know. But you see, they both have these strong compulsions, a part of an inconvenience I like to call OCD. Julie, who we saw previously, is a victim of the primary symptom, hoarding, just as much as Harvard is, due to their mutually acquired habit.
I am also a Thane of Whiterun.
I'm a warrior, Nord, and I'm gonna help Glarther clean up his act and hopefully keep Breeze home.
Oh, wow. This is, a lot of stuff.
It's loot. It's actually loot.
Where do you get it all?
I strip search a lot of dead bodies.
However, Harvard unfortunately falls victim to the checking and contamination symptoms as well. Checking is often carried out dozens, maybe even hundreds of times, resulting in being late and unreliable for work, dates, and other obligations. This has a serious impact on jobs and relationships, and can even damage the objects being checked. For contamination, imagine a germaphobe that sees germs with emotions rather than superior situational awareness. The cleaning symptom of OCD is usually carried out multiple times, accompanied by rituals of repetitive washing of the body or hands, more than the average routine, until it feels clean, not necessarily looks clean. This also creates a strong impact on someone's capabilities of maintaining any sort of job or relationship. Due to these scenarios coming rapidly one after another, a person's physical health is impacted as well because of all the constant scrubbing and scraping of the skin. People who fall victim to this symptom potentially avoid multiple venues entirely just for fear of contamination. But as for the hoarding, oh, let me tell you about hoarding. It makes dudes and dudettes all around the nation go find specific things or simply fail to throw out these things of typically no value to others. I mean, this creates severe clutter and accessibility issues, and only 15% of OCD victims report hoarding as their primary symptom, though it still forces people to put their lives on hold. Damn. But let me ask you, can you resist the urge to collect?
Welcome.
Terribly sorry, I didn't see you there. And yes, I'm not actually British, I'm just an idiot. But back to the topic at hand. I believe it best we go back to square one. OCD by definition is an anxiety disorder in which people have unwanted or repeated thoughts, feelings, ideas, sensations or obsessions, or compulsions. Typically, such actions are carried out without resistance in terms of the previous symptoms listed, because often the person believes carrying out this behavior gets rid of their obsessive thoughts. Though, however, time changes no concepts, and OCD is no exception, as stated by the medicine department of Stanford University. In the 17th century, obsessions and compulsions were often described as symptoms of religious melancholy. Yes, OCD birthed from religion-related depression. You heard it here first, people. Well, second. There were contributors to the research, such as the Oxford Don Robert Burton, but I believe in 1660, when Jeremy Taylor shared his findings, the concept finally went from religious to scientific. Referring to obsessions and doubting, Taylor expressed his theory on scruples in OCD about how, in this case, a scruple is sensing trouble even when you've just found the solution, or having constant doubts even though all doubts have been resolved. It wasn't until the 19th century that OCD was adopted by modern psychology, philosophy, and phrenology. And the rest, well, it's history. These events are what shaped it today, as long as its stereotypes. Hey, Harvard, right? It's so nice of you to be here.
Look, people with OCD like some neatness in their life, okay? We get it, but does anybody have a clue about what else we do?
Oh, well, I don't know. Perhaps you'd be surprised how much
Oh, well, look, it's worse than you think. It's worse than anyone thinks. Hell, I'm positive I have schizophrenia.
Actually, that's not the case. Most people either fear or simply believe OCD is a precursor to schizophrenia, but after recent studies, I can assure you it's not.
How would you know?
You see, I'm sorry?
How would you know about OCD more than me? Do you relock and lock things and lock it again, and unlock it and lock it and lock it again just for the idea until it feels right that it's locked? Huh? How many times do you reread something? Can you tell the difference between a memory and a...
Alright. Look, I understand. I do. It's just... Look, I'm here to help, alright?
Yeah, okay.
Could it be epilepsy, narcolepsy, insomnia,
No, it's definitely not
No,
epilepsy or
narcolepsy you
narcolepsy.
can't smell. I haven't been able to
No,
smell for
yeah,
a while,
narcolepsy
though.
you
I think
can't
it's more
smell.
like that, or maybe it was because of that time that I couldn't breathe when I came out of the womb. I'm not sure.
Has anyone ever died from
you
you can't smell?
It's really white now.
No, seriously, has that been a serious thing? Because I just found out the name on a TV show called Scrubs, and okay, maybe Scrubs isn't the best way to find out about remains of disease.
Just one time, don't go crazy. We're just gonna go crazy. No, we're not gonna go crazy. Just one time.
Okay, people with OCD don't have schizophrenia, right? It's just a
Actually,
precursor.
no, you gotta go back.
I'm just making sure you can't be
But
too
it's
careful
okay,
around
just one more
these days.
time. It won't matter. I mean, 2 times never hurt anybody.
Has anyone ever died from scrubbing too
Now I
hard?
think about it. 3 times
Has
never
anyone
hurt
ever died from breathing
anybody.
too hard?
Maybe 4 times never hurt anybody. Okay.
Who's the first person that died?
That's not crazy. Okay, that's normal. That's totally normal. I mean, why would anyone care? I mean, that's definitely, regardless OCD. That's
What if
just,
dying was a myth?
You have to take precautions. But that sink, oh my god, the sink. It doesn't stop dripping every single day. So if it doesn't stop
No, what if
dripping,
people just
it
took
keeps producing
baths
germs from
with the dishes
outside,
these
bringing
days?
them in all
Wouldn't it save
day,
a lot
every
more
day?
time
And
and
you know,
water?
there's germs in my house
I mean,
all day,
honestly,
every
wouldn't it
day.
be better
New
for the
germs
environment
that
if people
get
took
stronger
baths
and
with
crazier by
dishes
the
and
second.
clothes?
They're all over my clock,
think
all
about it,
over
think
my
about it.
fan,
Just think
they're
about
all
it.
over me, probably all over my mouth. Have to
It
be
has to have some
showered.
benefits.
Actually, no, this whole house needs a
Okay,
shower,
so it probably has
but
no benefits,
if I
right?
think about it then, because if there's germs everywhere
I mean,
all
hey,
the time, so
you just have to be
clean the whole house, but it'll take too much
optimistic with
time.
these
Maybe we should
ideas
just move.
sometimes.
Moving would be the
But
more
think about the
productive
stop
option,
sign.
because
People
you
put
know,
up these
we're still gonna be
metal
moving. I
pieces
mean,
of paper
what
every
if we
day,
go-
and we're
we're
supposed to
to the
abide
next
by
place
them.
as well. So.
How do you...
Hey gang, it's me again. So remember when I first made fun of the conclusion that OCD came from religion-related depression? And remember that time I told you I'm kind of an idiot? Okay, cool, just checking. Because you see, in an article published by Psychology Today, in the discussion of the causes of OCD, they claimed that OCD is sometimes due to, or even paired with, substance abuse, eating disorders, attention deficit disorder, and yup, you guessed it, depression. OCD has been seen in association with other anxiety and neurological disorders, making it more difficult to treat and diagnose victims. But recently, there's been an increased rate of OCD in people whom also have Tourette's syndrome, an illness characterized by involuntary movements and vocalizations. OCD isn't to be confused with the compulsive crowd, however, because their perfectionism and organization serves a valuable purpose in their lives. Victims of OCD, on the other hand, have the same behavior, but mutated in a sense where it's heavily involuntary and life-wrecking. These unwanted repetitive behaviors and thoughts afflict approximately 2% of the Earth's population, typically beginning in the teen years due to a chronic condition caused by a mix of neurological and environmental factors. OCD affects 2.2 million adults, striking both men and women in roughly equal numbers appearing in childhood, adolescence, and early adulthood. 1/3 of adults with OCD develop their symptoms as children, and research indicates that it's possible OCD is also hereditary. Heyo! Just kidding, it's a very serious matter. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears I've just found an end to the madness, a conduit out of calamity, a new frontier in modern-day science. Bit much, right? Sorry. I'm trying to present how people with OCD can finally fight back. Various organizations are working relentlessly to provide information leading to both pharmacological and behavioral treatments that can benefit victims of OCD. However, some may benefit from one more than the other, and vice versa. Some can even begin taking one, then slowly transition into the other. But essentially what I'm saying is, treatment is out there, and it works. Trials in recent years have been demonstrating that specific sets of drugs can affect the neurotransmitter serotonin, which leads to a significant decrease in symptoms of OCD. The first of these drugs is an antidepressant, for short. Tricyclic antidepressant clamipramine, also known as anafranil, for long. This is considered a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, but the other drugs to treat OCD that follow are Celexa, Prozac, Luvox, Paxil, and Zoloft. These are considered selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. Vast studies have shown about 3/4 of patients seeing at least minimal effect, while 1/2 claims to have had their symptoms relieved due to these drugs diminishing the frequency and intensity of their previous obsessions and compulsions. Improvement only becomes evident after at least 3 weeks, and if medication is discontinued, relapse will follow. Cognitive behavioral therapy, on the other hand, has proved itself to be the best therapy for OCD. On a breakdown of the process from an article on Psychology Today, it said that the patient is exposed many times to a situation that triggers obsessive thoughts and learns to gradually tolerate the anxiety and resist the urge to perform the compulsion. This approach is called exposure and response prevention. However, both medication and therapy work considerably better as opposed to either one alone. There are also ways to strengthen whatever method of treatment one may choose. People with social disorders dealing with primarily anxiety often benefit from joining self-help or support groups, as well as simply sharing their achievements with others. Stress management and meditation and/or aerobic exercises are said to be able to enhance the effects of therapy as well, but one must also steer clear of caffeine and specific over-the-counter drugs. But what's most important is that the patient does not feel alone, for the most part. But regardless, OCD or even the common cold, you're not alone. We're here. Hell, I'm here. And well, I just want to say thank you for listening to me erupt information for the past 4.5 hours. And this is Harvard Fraser, signing out.
I just don't get it. You really want to get rid of me that bad? I'm you. I mean, I have just as much a right to exist as you. Look, I know, okay? I'm sorry. I am. So that's it, huh? That's all I get. Sayonara, right? You know, I've been you for as long as I can comprehend, and I still can't put an answer to one simple question. Enlighten me. What do I want? What do we want? Well, I hear the weather's nicest here in the west. Always wanted to see Montana.